welcome to Nene's Prepping Kitchen. And it is a cold day. Yesterday it made it up to 47 degrees. Today it is back in the low 20s. A little bit of snow going, and it's kind of chilly. So I haven't done a SHTF meal in a while, so I am going to be making a beef barley soup. And I've never tried the quick barley, so I'm going to give it a try. This was actually the only kind of barley that I could get at my Walmart. I'm going to be using actually my leftover roast beef, because roast beef nowadays is too expensive to waste any of it, but you certainly can use a can of roast beef instead if you didn't have your own roast beef. So I went and already cut up my carrots, my onions, and celery. I'm going to put that in the water, let it start getting tender with my roast beef, and then I'll add the rest of the ingredients to it. Have any of you noticed, like with my carrots and celery, I mean, they look so sad. I had to cut off a lot of bad parts to it. But, excuse me, but I got some looking pretty good in here right now. But yeah, the celery and carrots look just like they had been sitting there for a while. So I'm going to aim the camera down. So I've got me a pan of water right here in my cast iron kettle, and I'm going to go ahead and put these vegetables that are already cut up right into my water, because those are going to have to cook longer than the other stuff that I put in it, especially the quick barley. And then my roast beef that I have left over from my Sunday roast. It didn't get all ate up, so we're going to make another meal out of it. So I'll get that in there. Get my flame going. Let it start cooking, and I'll add the rest, so make sure you stay tuned. I don't know, I might make some homemade rolls to go along with that. That kind of sounds good on a cold, chilly winter day. And, you know, if SHTF hits, this would be a great meal to put together. So make sure you stay tuned. Hit that like and subscribe if you haven't already. Okay, I've decided I'm going to add in some of this beef base and seasoning, just to give it a little bit more flavor, because I want it to have a nice, good, rich flavor of beef to it. So I'm going to continue to let that cook. Add one more for good measure. How about that? And continue to let it cook. See if you can see that. And it is smelling delicious. I mean, I can tell this is going to be a good pot of beef and vegetable barley soup. And on a cold day, yeah, I'll take that any day. Just to warm up, you know. So make sure you stay tuned to the end, guys. Okay, now that the carrots and celery have tenderized some, I'm going to go ahead and put me in a can of green beans, can of corn, and I have a can of petite tomatoes. I'm I'm not sure if I'm going to put the whole can in. Yeah, might as well, right? Dump them all in. And now I have to put my barley in. And I am running out of room in my pot. So, let me decide what I'm going to do on this situation because I don't want to overflow this. So let me see what I'm going to do. Okay, this roasting pan should do it. Guess I was making more than what I figured I'd be making. But I'm sure, you know, it'll get eaten, and you can freeze the stuff too, you know, once it's made. I'm going to go ahead and put this into it as soon as I get it opened. Here we go. This stuff is really nutritious too. I mean, here we go. Barley is sodium-free food. Diets low in sodium may reduce the risk of high blood pressure. And not only is it a good source of fiber and niacin, but it also is low in fat with no saturated fat or cholesterol. Okay, so this is going to be really healthy. And I'm going to go ahead and put my quick barley oats into this. And that shouldn't take that long to cook at all. For this big of a pot, it feels like I've almost used the whole thing. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it all in there. This is enough here to feed a large crew, for sure. So if you wanted something to make that's going to feed a large crew, and this can be done easily, you know, as long as you have the heat. You know, if you're throwing your canned vegetables in, you know, I mean, and your meat, I mean, whether you cook it at home or if you open up a can of your roast beef, or you can do it with burger, you know, whatever you have to flavor it up. And you wouldn't actually even need the meat in it if you absolutely didn't have it, because you've got all these vegetables in it. So I'm going to turn that heat down, and I'm going to let it cook on low heat. Once it's all cooked up, I'm probably going to take and put it in the crock pot on low for the rest of the day. And we'll have it for dinner. It's still early yet, so too early to be eating this, but I wanted to get it made, get the video made for you. And so I'll be back as soon as it's done, and we'll see how it turns out. Make sure you stay tuned. Okay, I do believe this is done. Like I say, I'm going to put it in my crock pot now, just on keep warm. And it didn't take very long at all for that quick barley to cook up. And I did have to add a little bit more water to it because the barley does swell. Oh, but I mean, we got goodness in a bowl right here, guys. I mean, we've got that roast beef and carrots and celery, green beans, tomatoes, corn, yeah, all in a bowl. So this here is really hot, or I would take a bite of it. I did take a little taste of that, and it is absolutely delicious. So, like I said, it would make a really good SHTF soup to put together from stuff from your pantry. And if you don't have any fresh cooked ground beef, like I say, grab you a can of this off your pantry shelf, your vegetables, throw it out in there. I actually could have used my dehydrated celery, but I chose to use the fresh because I had it in the refrigerator and I needed to use it up. And I'll probably end up dehydrating the rest of it because, like I say, buying it from the store, it's not going to last very long, you know. It seems like the produce, you know, you buy it and you better hurry up and use it because it's going to go bad very quick. So if you do have a dehydrator, go ahead and dehydrate, stuff like that. Or cut it up, put it in your freezer so you don't end up wasting it, you know. And or put it in a bowl of your barley soup. Let me know in the comments if you guys have ever tried the quick. I would like to get some more of it because, you know, in SHTF, it would be a good way to conserve your fuel because it's not going to take as long to cook. So, anyway, guys, let me know in the video what you think of the recipe, and like I say, I'm probably going to make me a batch of homemade rolls to go with it and dip them in that soup. Yeah. But if you like the video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe if you haven't already. And until the next time, guys, toodaloo, God bless. Hope y'all have a great one. Bye.